Hey, welcome to the Safe Podcast, a safe place to have conversations literally about anything, where being too honest is actually okay. So stay, you're safe here. Hey guys, we are the Safe Podcast. My name's Josh,
My name is James.
where we have unsafe conversations in a safe place or environment.
Yes, sir.
You told me to say in place.
Sure, say
I
place.
wanted to say environment. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Same thing?
Same thing, same
Same
difference.
thing. Same thing, just different.
Same difference, yeah.
All right, so this is literally our first episode ever. What the hell was that? Bro,
It's okay. Just keep going.
tell your wife to stop texting you. What is wrong with you? We're recording. This is...
What the heck? All right.
You're messing up our whole podcast right now.
Yeah. Right.
Anyways, that's fine. Should we edit that out? I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe.
Whatever. Anyways, this is literally our first episode ever. So if we're bad at it, we're sorry. We're still getting used to this.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm good at this, bro. I was born to do this.
Can you tell he's the firstborn? So, oh wait, people don't know this. We are actually brothers.
Yeah.
We are by blood.
We told them on that other video, but yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, but
if
some
you
people
haven't
didn't
seen
know.
it, yeah, yeah.
'Cause
We are brothers.
Yeah. Remember that one time they thought I was older than you?
Yeah. All the
Or
time.
We were just friends.
All the time.
Oh, the
Guess what age do people think that I am?
Bro. Are you well, this is a safe place, so we're gonna
Yeah, dude.
gonna
There's
be
no
honest.
judgment here.
Dude, that one girl or a woman, I don't remember.
Lady.
She thought you were 14.
Yeah.
And she thought I was like
Dude,
25. I'm
one
like, bro.
time I was literally, I think I was like 25 years old. I was moving the car from the front of the house because it was parked wrong. And all of a sudden a cop pulls up and he was like,
Oh, I remember
"Excuse
that.
me, kid, aren't you too young to be doing that?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Sir, I'm 25. Let me see your license." He didn't believe
Wait,
me.
you actually pulled out your license?
I had to pull out my license.
You should have done those videos of like, "Sir, I don't need to ID myself," or to you.
He didn't believe me. So,
Wow, that's insane.
yeah.
Yeah.
I look
All
like a
right.
kid. A forever kid. Peter Pan.
So for so for the people that don't know us, bro, let's talk a little bit about ourselves. I'm 26. I'm married. I have a dog. Well, we said that already in the video, but it's been awesome having a dog. Honestly, we fought. Me and my wife fought so much when we got that dog, bro. I think we almost filed for divorce, to be honest. Because we got it when she was like 4 months. No, not even 3 months. She was pooping everywhere, destroyed our whole kitchen.
You
Peed
got a
everywhere.
lab too, so labs are.
Labs are insane.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very nice dogs. They're family dogs. But when they're kids, they're like on cocaine or something. Like when they're puppies, they're weird. I mean, super cute, but whatever.
Yeah, your dog is awesome though. Her name is Chloe.
That's blinking. What does that mean?
Oh crap!
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. Does it mean that it's ending?
Does
There's
that
no
mean that
space
memory
in
card?
there? Maybe. And here we start. This is a safe
He
place
farted,
to
by the
fart.
Bro. Dude, the memory.
Why is it blinking?
I
No,
don't
okay,
know.
stop blinking.
What the heck is wrong with this camera? Okay, anyways, for those that didn't hear, James just farted really bad. All right, anyways, what were we talking about? Oh yeah. Bro, stop. Oh my god.
You were talking about Chloe. How about she farts
And pooping.
and
That
poops?
smell reminds me of how much she pooped. Oh, gee. Anyways, what about you? Tell us about yourself.
I am 33 years old. I'm very, very, very married. 2 kids.
What does that mean?
Very married. Like, I'm just married.
You're not single some days?
No.
That's crazy, right? There's people that are married, but
They act like they're single.
Yeah. And
I'm in love, dude. Like, I'm deeply in love with my wife.
I love that.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Great mom.
Wait a second. Now I gotta sound like a good husband. I love my wife too. I love my wife.
You love Chloe more.
No, my wife loves Chloe way. By the way, that's my dog or our dog. No, I think my wife loves Chloe way more than me. But whatever. That's fine. I accepted it. That's who she is. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
you have 2 kids.
2 kids. The eldest, she is 4. Her name is Kayla, and then the youngest is 3 months.
Yo, he's mad cute. You guys gotta see that.
And his
That's
name is
cute baby.
James. Yeah.
I have no idea how that baby's so cute.
Excuse me.
No,
Come on.
you are ugly, my friend. I'm just kidding. But yeah, dude. Let's talk a little bit also about what the Safe Podcast is a little bit and where it came from. So, dude, we've been wanting to do a podcast ourselves for like years. This is like a dream in the making right now.
We remember we were super young and single.
Yeah.
And I told you let's start something.
Yeah.
And then we sort of launched this like video.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
that?
it was like a vlog.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
it was
video
a vlog.
Yeah.
I don't even know where that is.
It got I don't know, like 200 views.
Yeah.
So, but we never started anything.
Yeah, we never started anything. But we always wanted to do something like this because I know that's not a
We
good
be
structure.
wildin'.
From structure
Jersey,
of
so.
English there. We were always having conversations that I knew people wanted to hear and needed to hear on some things. Because every time we went out like with friends or like family, like, you know, people would be like, yo, we should have recorded that convo or we should have done something with that. But really the origin of the Safe Podcast, the vision for it it was right after church. We got out of service that day, and me and my wife were talking about how some people don't feel safe in church. And, you know, for us, we grew up in church, right? Our dad's a pastor, for those that don't know.
Yeah,
we grew up in church, and we know exactly what that feels like. It's like, and the analogy I'm going to use, it's like almost like being in a hospital, but knowing, you know, maybe they can't, you know, heal you or do something for you, you know, like that's the wrong perspective to have. Like if you're in a hospital, you should feel safe. You should feel like, you know, there's someone going to take care of me.
Someone's taking care of you. Yeah.
But unfortunately, in today's church, and I'm not pounding down on the church or anything like that. I actually love the local church and I believe in the local church. But there are some churches where just people don't feel safe, you know, and what I mean by that is like safe with being vulnerable, safe in asking questions, safe expressing their opinions, you know, in a respectful and honoring way. So there's just no type of room or environment or place where they can actually ask questions or be vulnerable. And so
yeah, that was my thing. Like, I've always been very just curious and had questions. And, you know, sometimes I felt like you know, leadership and people in the leadership of a church, local church, sometimes they don't know how to handle questions well.
Yeah, big time.
So, you know, I've always been asking questions and sort of being rebellious, I guess.
And they were super like passive aggressive, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, just we'll be praying for you. Well, or pray into that.
This was my favorite answer. Because God said so.
Right. Yes.
That's why.
Because God said so, that's why.
Yeah.
Which in a sense is true.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate truth. But I know for sure that God does not mind me asking questions.
No, he can take it.
Because if he did,
you know, he can take questions.
He wouldn't be God.
Yeah.
You know? He can handle those things. So, yeah, that's where the origin came from. That's where the vision of the Safe Podcast started. We actually did that in season 1 with my friend David Yepes. Shout out to David Yepes.
Yo.
We started that, and huge sorry on just the audio on that thing. It was really bad. That was our first project. real bad. Don't even
I
listen to
think
it.
you
No, I'm just
used.
kidding. I mean, if you
I
can,
think
it's
you
fine.
you used the
We use like
headphones.
yeah, we
mic.
use headphones, mic. At that time, it was like during the pandemic, and we had to stay home. We couldn't meet up, and it was bad.
Great content though.
It was good content, yeah. So if you
Horrible
want to go,
audio, but great
yeah,
content.
the links in our bio. So if you want to listen to season 1, but season 2, baby, this is it.
Season 2.
Season 2. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. So in today's topic, what I really want to dive into, is just the topic of family, and brothers, and friendships.
We are launching this in the month of February.
Yeah.
Right? And it's the month of love, right?
Ooh. Yes.
And I think one of the deepest and strongest bonds and form of loves is the love of Philadelphia, which is
Yes.
the brotherly love.
Yeah.
If you think about it, brotherly, sisterly love, it starts, because if you think about it, it starts with you experience loving
Yeah.
or love of a brother,
Right.
in the beginning stage of your life,
Yeah.
and that's like after your parents' love, that's your second love,
Right.
Of how you experience love, how you give love.
Yeah.
And it's so important throughout your life to understand what that love is.
Yeah. And how to express it.
And how to express it, yeah.
You know, and how to communicate it, and and then that's where we're gonna go in deep now already. Like, yeah.
It's crazy how much of that forms your character.
Forms your life, bro.
Informs your life, and how you behave, and how you
Yeah.
your whole personality.
Right. And honestly, like, we're pastors' kids. So, and our father's still a pastor today. He's pastoring his own church. We actually both serve in ministry at a certain capacity. And we know what that what that love looks like from that point of view, from our dad, from our mom, within our family. So we know what love is because of them. Now, there's different forms of loves, but we can't say everyone is correct. You know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be different forms of expression. Like, for example, like, you're my brother, bro. I love you. But then at the same time, there's a different type of relationship there as well. So it's a cool dynamic how love works, which is why I love love.
You love love.
Yeah, dude, I really do. I love the concept of it. What I don't like is that people have wrong concepts of love.
Yeah, nowadays everybody loves everything.
Yeah.
I love coffee.
Yeah.
I love cats.
And they use
I
it
love
so
dogs.
loosely. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It sort of lost its deep meaning.
Right. It's lost its weight.
Yeah.
For sure. But let's talk a little bit about just that brotherly love, bro. Like,
yeah.
I remember growing up, like, I was thinking about today, like, talking about this topic. I'm like, what would my life be like if I didn't have siblings? Like, for example, classic things like at dinner time. I wonder, like, what me and my parents would talk about, how would it be, the environment it would be. When I got whooped, how, like, you would get home.
Rarely.
Yeah, that's true.
Very rarely he got whooped. I got all the whooping.
Well, compared to you, bro, like, I think every kid got barely whooped within your category, because you got because you got whooped way more than a piñata.
And my wife still says that I should have gotten whooped more.
Well, there you go. Oh, if you're a parent, whooping doesn't necessarily work every time.
Yeah, not every time.
But those are certain type of things where I think about. I'm like, yo, if I didn't have a brother, I wouldn't be able. My life would be so different. I don't know if it would be.
We're not saying, like, if you don't have brothers or sisters,
right?
There's something wrong with you,
right? Because his wife didn't have siblings.
There's something wrong with everyone.
No, I'm just kidding.
But you start sort of like observing and seeing the differences between people who do have siblings and people who don't.
Yeah.
And I have an interesting fact if you want me to go into it.
Go into it. Let's go.
All right, cool.
And then I got an interesting fact as well.
Oh, snap.
So
My boy's prepared.
we came prepared.
So there's this thing called birth order theory.
Ooh. Go into
Okay.
that.
All right. So there's this guy called Alfred Adler.
Uh-huh.
He was from Vienna, and he came up with this concept that your personality is based on the order of your birth within a family of siblings.
Wow. That actually makes so much sense now.
So just to go a little bit, so it's like first, middle, and last child versus only child.
Right.
So the first child usually tends to be, says here, natural leader, high achiever, organized, on time, know-it-all, bossy.
No, you're definitely a know-it-all. Or
Bossy.
bossy.
And bossy.
Yo, my man's mad bossy.
I don't know about this one. Responsible. I don't know about this one, but adult pleaser and obeys the rules. I
You're
love
not that so much. I think I like to please people.
Yeah.
I really do, and I have to.
I don't care
I always
about
check.
people.
My wife always has me on check on that. What? What'd you say?
I don't care about people. No, I care about people.
I think.
But this is adult pleaser. Like you try to
Yeah.
please your parents or please your
Right.
authorities.
Oh,
or-
true. Right. Because
Yeah.
you're the first child, so the weight of trying to please your parents
Right.
is way
on
way
you.
bigger. Wow. All right. What about the middle? Because I'm the middle
So
child.
you're the middle child. Here it says here.
By the way, we're 4 brothers. For those that don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
So middle child is flexible, easygoing,
Yes, sir.
social,
I'm definitely social.
peacemakers,
I try to be.
independent.
Yep.
She's independent. Yeah, I heard that today. I'm sorry.
was that?
I heard that today and it was in my head. I'm sorry. It's a Usher song.
Oh.
Secretive.
Oh. That's why I.
Oh no, it's
love
not.
her.
It's not Usher. Who is it?
I don't know.
Chris Brown.
Oh yeah, it was Chris.
Anyway.
Anyways,
Secretive. May feel life is unfair.
sometimes I do feel that. Yeah.
Strong negotiator.
Yeah. I need to
And
go.
I don't know
But you
about
know
this
what?
one, man. It says generous. You ain't generous, man. You never like to share your fries, bro.
Yo, that's just a rule. I think it is one of the greatest sins to share fries. Are you kidding me? Or share fruit in general.
Yeah, just share food. I don't like sharing food either.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed.
All right, and then the last one.
The last child is a risk taker.
Okay.
They're outgoing, creative, self-centered, financially irresponsible.
Issa, our little brother, he's definitely self-centered.
I don't know about that, but
No, he is. A little bit.
maybe. He's financial. This is not true because Isaias is like super on point
On what?
with his money. Financially irresponsible.
That's
says.
true. To the point where he's stingy.
He's not stingy. So competitive, bored easily. That's Isa.
Yeah, he does get bored easily.
Likes to be pampered. That's
Yo,
Isa.
Facts.
And sense of humor.
Sorta. No, I'm just kidding. He's pretty funny for his
He's
age.
a funny kid.
Yeah.
And here's the scary one.
Here's a scary one. This is for all those that did not have
My
siblings.
wife
You
is an
weirdos.
only
No, I'm
child.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love you.
My
What?
wife is an only
I know.
child.
That's why she's. Never mind.
Here, only childs. They're close to their parents.
Big time.
They have a lot of self-control.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeltsin has
Yeltsin
very,
has-
very good self-control.
Yep. Leader.
Yes.
They're a
She
natural
leads you very
leader.
well.
They're mature. Dependable. Demanding.
Oh, that's big.
This
Yes,
was
sir.
a big one. Demanding. Unforgiving.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Well,
Well-
you should know.
Well, for Yeltsin, no, she was
Okay.
always forgiving me. I'm always asking for forgiveness. But yeah, she's very forgiving.
And then what did I say? Private?
Private. They have
Yeah.
like a private life, I guess. And sensitive. Which
Yo, those two are. It's like a paradox, right? Being private, but yet sensitive. You know what I mean? Like it's like she doesn't show that she is sensitive though. She doesn't show it at all.
my wife, no.
No, but she is.
She's very sensitive.
Yeah.
She
I'm like
hides
that.
her emotions really well.
I have.
She could be completely mad at me, furious. and we would go to a party, and
Or a
she
date-
would
or
be
like a
just the
double date or
outgoing
something.
person.
Yeah.
like,
Dude, that's me.
like nothing
That's me.
happened.
But you know why? Because I care about the other person.
yeah,
Because I'm like, yo, if I'm at a party, or if I'm on a double date, or we're doing something that's social, why should they pay the consequence of
yeah.
our fight or our discussion?
No,
or,
I'm very
yeah.
the
Yeah,
opposite.
you're like my wife. My wi-
I just
Dude, we could go out, and my wife's like she'll let you know.
I'm gonna let you know that I am pissed, which is not very often, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I'm those types of people that don't like if there's, a fight with me and my wife.
Right.
I try to like take care of business before
Right.
we
Or
go
else this
to like
podcast
an
would be
event or
very
whatever.
different.
Yeah. Yes. Very true. So
So
But-
that's dude, those things are spot on. Those things are so spot on. I
very
think
interesting.
The peacemaker part and like was big because like, well, here's the thing about the middle child. Like, for example, I find myself, I'm very observant. I'm a visual learner. So, for example, again, we're going to use that same example. Like, when you got whooped, in my brain was, oh, he got whooped because of that, so I'm not going to do that. Or
not gonna
if
do
I
that.
tried to do that, I would do it a different way, So that was my logic there. But, you being the first, our first not first brother, but like our older brother, you would be, they always call that person like the experiment child, the first child, where it's like,
Yeah.
whatever came out, and let's hope for the best.
Yeah, and they're like stricter because
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
sort of like it sort of ends with like the last child. They're
Yeah.
not as strict
Right.
because
Yeah.
whatever, let them do whatever. But
Bro, now here's
I get it though. I mean, you saw
right.
my parents disciplining me. Not saying that they don't love me or whatever,
Right.
but obviously they did that out of love.
Yeah.
Sometimes violently.
For those listening, yo, you're like, oh my god, your parents
are
horrible.
No,
Relax, okay?
we're
we still love
Latinos.
our mom and dad, y'all.
We're Latinos. If you
Yeah,
didn't get the
that's-
chancla, if you didn't get the
if you didn't
cincho,
get-
your
if
parents
you-
didn't
yo,
love you.
Straight
That's
up. If you
straight
didn't get whooped, your parents don't love you.
It's true. If your parents didn't whoop you when you were a kid, I don't know
Yo.
about if they loved you so
Yeah.
much.
But
But my parents loved me too much. It's like,
but this is the awesome part though. But like, going back, well, we were in the same topic either way, of, growing up with brothers and siblings. Like now we can like reflect on the past. You know what I mean? Like in a
Yeah.
good way, and be like, yo, this happened to us. Like, if I was a lonely child, like I wouldn't have, because those moments are special, right?
yeah.
Like when you got disciplined, when you got whooped, when you had the first talk, right? When that first report card came in, or those experiences shared with a brother, bro, made a huge difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so which I have a little bit of facts here. Thank God for Google here. Yo, like we're actually experimenting probably the first generation of parents that are growing up, or that grew up, or that are deciding that their children should grow up with just a one-child family.
Yeah.
And, I get it. Times are rough. Economy's really bad right now. You don't want to have too much babies. It's expensive, right? Responsibilities. You have, mothers that work so much. And if they want to have more children, that's even more demanding. And, and then on the dad, huge responsibilities. So I can understand why people don't want to have babies, but you're actually doing way worse damage to society.
Yeah.
I want you guys to look at it through that lens. Like, that's why I'm and I always say this everywhere. Like, our lives matter way more than just our lives. You know what I mean? Because it affects society, whether you like it or not, whether you're a single child or not, you're affecting society. So here's the thing about people, or I looked it up, and it's like side effects of children growing up without siblings. And this is what we got by
Interesting.
the science of sibling relationships. and it's on fatherly.com. So this is pretty cool. And by the way, you should check them out because they involve health and science, like families and science. So it's really good. So it says children learn. Help me out with that word again.
Coerce.
What?
Coerce.
No, that's not how you say that.
I think so.
No, you don't.
No? Coercion?
Coercion. That's a big word, guys. I'm sorry. I was always bad in school. Anyways, coercion, which means influencing by force. Like trying to get your point across or trying to make someone listen to you by force. And we said that like that's pretty close to a rapist. Anyways,
What?
Don't laugh, bro.
Bro, it's our first episode and you're talking about rape, bro.
But we're not laughing at rape. We're
No,
laughing of
no.
how quickly this turned. But
Yeah.
bro, I'm telling you, bro. Also, little fact. This sounds scary, bro. Rapists. It's pretty popular, or it's not unusual that they're actually
Only child?
an only child.
Hmm.
So I'm not saying that's 100% or it's like
Yeah.
the fact, but
It's not true for every
right.
only child.
They develop peer problems and become exposed to negative influences with a range of outcomes like depression, substance abuse, low educational attainment. Feinberg cites one study that found that sibling relationships are among the most critical factors influencing and well-being and disturbing. So it's like, honestly, society depends on families.
Of multi sibling.
Right. Well, in
Families.
general, just a family. Like,
You know what it is? Is that truly, and this is, I don't want to take it to church, but so I kind of sort of have to. But don't die.
so yeah, sorry. I almost choked on my water there. Well, no, I did. Anyways, what were you saying? Take us to church, bro. That's what you said.
Yeah, I
Take us
wanted
to church.
to take it to church because I don't know if you've seen those people that sort of start going to church, but then they have issues with people at church and they stop going to church.
Yeah.
And they say, well, I believe in God. That's the only thing. That's the most important thing. And
Right.
I'm just going to do church from the house. I'll just stream everything.
Right.
How is it that those people
a whole
don't
nother
exercise, they don't exercise their faith?
Right.
And all the concepts that they're learning from church, they're not applying it because they're not being social or having
Right.
A social life with other people. And
Yeah.
I think it's sort of the same thing
Yeah.
with like if you're an only kid, if you're your only child, you don't have that opportunity
Yeah.
to mold that character, especially nowadays with COVID, right? Like
Dude,
kids are not going to daycare or they can't go to
they're
daycare.
not even going
or
to
they-
school.
going
They're
to
doing everything
school.
online.
Yeah, everything's through
So they're
Zoom.
interacting with 40, 50-year-olds all the time. So,
Yeah.
like, the side effects are big, bro. Are big, and it's scary, honestly. It scares me. I don't know if it's,
We'll probably see the effects of this generation of this new, these kids coming up.
yeah.
I'm not sure what generation that is. The kids that are, just starting school or whatever. But we'll probably see those effects of them just not being able to be social or.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe the metaverse will.
Oh my God. Let's not even get started on the
W-
metaverse, bro. But touching on that basis though, again, like that's why. And for those that don't, well, you probably got a sense already. Like we are Christians, so it's like, going back a little bit on that, like Christianity is dependent, or the essence of Christianity is people.
Right.
Like, if you take people out of theology or just simple doctrines, Christianity is just a made up thing,
Jesus resumed the whole Bible, the whole
right?
thing. It was
And
a
so, like,
love God, love people.
Right. So and God became man. So obviously God wants something to do with human beings since the beginning of humans. So it's like when you take out people out of, your concepts and your ideas and your ideologies, and you're essentially just not existing. It's scary.
You're not living life to its
You're not
fullest.
living life the way you were designed, or it was designed to live like. So,
Yeah. Do you think that parents deprive kids that are only childs, or because of I mean, mostly it's about either money problems or
right.
I think most of the issues are there, where they just say I can only afford having one kid.
I mean,
But do you
from
think
my-
parents should say, you know what, I'm gonna have more kids? Or,
I think there needs to be a nice medium. Like, don't be negligent and you're broke and you want to have kids. You know what I mean? Like, there's that factor in, but then at the same time, don't be so, influenced or, until I reach this, then I'll have a baby. And, because I don't know if you noticed, but like life gets crazy as you live. So things can happen.
Yeah.
And so, and dude, so many marriages have been destroyed because of that.
yeah.
Oh, well, you promised me a kid in 2 years or 3 years. And then a decade goes by and like,
No kids.
hey, that's not what I was in for. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. Something happens, she gets pregnant, and then the guy's like, yo, we talked about having a baby like in a couple more years. You know what I mean? So it's like it's scary. It's
Yeah.
scary because the answer is this. Don't be persuaded by, what you have or the things that you have to make that type of decision, but obviously take into consideration.
And
Don't be negligent and just have a bunch of babies.
Yeah, and I read an article saying, I think it was like you have to have $250,000, from
Right.
age 0 to 18. I don't know. It probably doubles now, but
Right.
because this was a while back. But
If your kid is a sneakerhead, you're done.
but my
Anyways.
parents, they,
Yeah.
we never were rich, so it's also like
Bro, just a
faith
little side note.
based.
Our little brother got one of the most expensive shoes
Yeah,
he's ever gotten.
I got pissed, to tell you the truth.
Bro,
Yeah,
can you imagine if I asked
dude.
when we were at
Seriously, like the first
age? Yes, we're
15
being
years
petty.
of my
Shut up.
life,
Anyways,
it was Payless shoes, bro.
pay less. Yo.
Payless.
Yep.
All right, Payless.
And you had to shop in the clearance section.
those.
On top of that,
If you're Latino, you know what. You
Yeah.
know what Payless is.
bro, it's like, But
But-
anyways,
And that's
what were we talking
another
about? Sorry, I
topic.
sidetracked you.
What I'm saying is like, all right, so it's not, having two. I think it's also having faith. You don't have to be a
Right.
millionaire to
Right.
to raise kids. 'Cause my parents did just fine.
Right.
We're 4 kids.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean, obviously, there were
I was
moments
never
where-
hungry, dude.
Yeah, it's true.
I was never hungry. I
You never had a missed meal. Yeah. Yeah.
I ate. Here's the problem. See, because I'm an adult pleaser, my parents always told me, eat all of your food. And I was very obedient, and I always ate my food. So-
Bro, I remember I used to pass you my plate when I was young.
Yeah, you just were a picky
I was like,
eater.
I just did it. Yeah, I was very picky, and I didn't like, because growing up in a Latino home, mom doesn't care about what you eat or don't eat.
That's right.
As long as dad likes it, that's what we ate.
Exactly. That if
That's
that
what we ate, yo.
if dad likes it,
Yo,
if he wants
today,
to eat
mom,
it,
can I get this, that? Oh yeah, sure, sweetie.
yeah.
Like,
It's all about the
boy.
kids now.
It's
bro.
all about the kids.
No,
Which, at a certain extent, it's dangerous.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, dude, this is such a good topic, bro.
Yeah.
I'm actually liking this podcast already. I'm liking our. Is that bad to say?
No,
I'm actually liking our conversation.
it's sweet. I mean,
Anyways.
it's a fun topic. I mean, if you think about it, just like I was saying, having 4 kids and
Yeah.
not being a millionaire, it's not
Right.
like we were dirt poor, but we did go through like difficult times,
Right.
as a family. When we just got to this country, we used to live like in a basement.
Yeah.
It was,
No, it was a basement, not like a basement. It was a basement.
yeah, it was a basement.
Yeah.
And but yeah, through the years, God took us out of all of
Yeah.
that, and he pretty much gave us a house,
Yeah.
which that was
Yeah.
crazy.
We finally had our own rooms. Remember that
Yep.
sensation, bro? We had
That
our
was
own room.
awesome.
I mean, we still shared it, but our own like room, and it was different.
Well, I had my own room. You had another room.
When
When we were
when we first
when we
got
were
our
at the house. Not
No, we had bunk beds, bro.
no, that was like the rent thing. I'm saying when my dad bought a house.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
You're right.
When we lived in,
Yeah.
and I think that was like 2008.
Yeah. Your room had a lock, mine didn't. That was the room had. But yeah, dude, Now, here's the other factor though. When we grew up, when we didn't have and I don't think I ever told you this. When we didn't have our own rooms, like we were mad close. Do you remember? Like we would obviously I always wanted to do what you wanted to do. We were super close, and I was actually
We were so close. We shared chinches. Remember?
For those for those that don't know what chinches are, those are bed bugs, bro. You know what
Oh
the
my
funny thing was? That it was on top of my bunk bed, and I never got bit. And
Every
the bed bugs
day,
would travel
dude.
down and eat
Every
you
day,
alive,
those
bro.
little bastards would eat away from. I was
Bro, it's
just,
that
I'm
you have
tasty,
good
bro.
blood, bro.
You
You're
bitter,
tasty.
bro. You bitter. I'm tasty. I'm sweet.
But anyways, like we were real close, But as
Yeah.
soon as we started getting our own rooms, like we started separating. I don't know if you noticed that. Like we were, we weren't so much involved in our lives before,
Oh, that's true.
So we started. I mean, I don't mean to get sentimental or anything, but now we're super close. But then again, you have brothers that grow apart,
It's very true.
Yeah, and
There's
honestly,
brothers that, and you see that a lot of that when
Yeah.
like, I guess brothers just like go move out of state
yeah, they move out of state or
or
go to
out of
college.
country or whatever.
Yeah, they
It's-
get their own lives. They get a good job or whatever. And yeah, dude, that's but that's just how life is. I'm not saying,
Yeah.
hey, it's bad to separate from
Yeah,
your brother,
yeah.
but obviously to stay in touch
It
is super,
happens.
super important.
Yeah.
Now more than ever, bro, we have to be super intentional.
And taking
because-
it back to what I was saying before is that it's, our spouse.
Yeah.
That came later in life,
Yeah.
right? First,
Yeah.
it was our parents, right?
Right.
Then second is our siblings.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, they stick around for our whole life.
Yeah.
There's people that get divorced, or you can't divorce a brother. You're always
Right.
gonna have a brother.
Yeah.
He's always gonna be your brother.
Right.
So, how important it is
Yeah.
to actually have a bond. Well, how strong of a bond,
Right.
you have with your
Yeah.
siblings.
Yeah. And
So-
that's huge. I mean,
And to
obviously.
maintain that relationship
Yeah.
too, because
Yeah.
it's important. Even if they move away
Right.
across the country, like you
Yeah.
still have to.
And but what's really not rare though is to have brothers that separated or are not intentional about their relationship are the ones that like either got super offended by something or something happened to them in their childhood and they they hold grudges years later and they separate even more.
You're talking about another
Um,
concept.
Bro, it's crazy because it's not rare that if you'd ask someone that has brothers and you ask them, yo, are you and your brothers close now? Like being 26, 30 years old, 35.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, nah, bro, like we're not even close at all, which is sad. I feel like that's sad, At least like maintain a relationship even just by phone calls or like FaceTime.
Yeah.
But yeah, what were you looking up there?
There's this thing called in psychology. It's called
Yeah.
sibling rivalry,
Ooh.
and this is what it says: is it's intense competition among siblings for recognition and the attention of their parents. Do you
Wow.
think we?
Did you ever feel
competed?
rivalry from me? Or I don't. I felt a little bit of rivalry, a little bit.
I don't know.
Only
man.
because you know why? Because like you were still till today.
I think you felt
were-
rivalry. I never.
little
I
bit.
never felt rivalry.
But you know what? In the beginning, when I started realizing how good at drums you were, and I was like, "Yo, my brother's really good at drums," and my dad would like, record you or like, talk to other pastors or like other worship teams and like, "Yo, my son's mad good," and
Yeah.
and
and you
so-
you love drums like I
Yeah.
since you were little.
yeah, I love drums. I love drums till today. I really love
But
drums.
why do you think you love drums though?
Because of you. So like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But like, those are certain things, and I'm gonna go even deeper. Like, if you're a dad, how you treat the oldest is really, scary to the point that it affects your other kids.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the favoritism, what you say, how you interact with them, could create this sibling how do you say it? Rivalry.
Sibling rivalry.
So, yeah, I mean that's the only moment I felt like that at a point.
you know what I
That's about it,
sort
though.
of not really. I don't think I felt rivalry, but I always rooted for you. And
Yeah,
I
you
was
really did.
I always rooted for you.
You
and
really
I-
did, guys.
I was always proud of you and wanted to push you in anything and everything you did
Yeah.
to be the best.
Chill, bro. You're about to make you cry. Yeah, bro.
So I tried to be that, that brother.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm about to share is like super intimate stuff that we went through. Remember our FIFA days?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our FIFA days, we were very competitive. I mean, we're very competitive.
By the way, for those that don't know, FIFA
all right. Yeah.
is not a gaming console. It's a game that's
It's a
played
game.
on a gaming console.
Yeah.
but
We used
we
to
had
play it in
Xbox,
Xbox. Yeah.
Right. And FIFA is basically just a soccer game. Anyways.
Pretty much a soccer game. And I would rage.
Yeah.
I just got so competitive sometimes. So I remember getting so mad at you, but you were taunting me. You were taunting me a
was.
little bit.
I was.
And I got mad at you, and I think I
Yeah.
punched you or something.
No,
I
you
don't know.
did punch me. No,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't think. You did.
I punched you, yeah.
You punched me.
Um,
You didn't punch me in the face, though.
no, I didn't punch you
never
in the
punched me in
face.
the
I think
face.
I punched you in your arm or something.
Yeah. No, you,
I
you,
always
said you
used
gave
to
me a
punch
Charlie
you-
horse.
Yeah, I used to punch you on the
legs?
on the legs, or yeah. That nerve, that pinch nerve.
That pinch
All you
nerve,
big
bro,
brothers
every
know.
time.
You know that spot where you hit your brother, your little brother at.
I can't believe we're talking about. Yo, we're gonna air this out.
This is
bro.
intimate.
This
I
is
don't
mad
care.
intimate,
I
yeah.
don't.
But bro,
a
this is
safe
what the
place.
safe podcast is
Exactly.
All right,
Anyways, and this was in a spot where I was like super violent. I
Yeah.
was like a violent kid.
Would
from
you
age
say-
16 to 17?
Would you
18.
say, like, looking back, that you just didn't have
control?
control,
No.
or just even like the awareness of controlling that?
No, I didn't have any control over that.
Wow.
It was just rage. And
But obviously,
but here
I was just
here's
the
thing, 'cause
scapegoat, though.
Yeah,
Because you
yeah.
also had internal things.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
behind every person that's angry,
Yeah.
there's always a root.
Yep.
There's
yep, yep.
always. Anyways, I don't mean to get preachy or
I'm not gonna get that deep, but
maybe. I don't
but
know.
here's the thing. Going back to it, like I remember punching you, and you
Yeah.
just didn't talk to me for like 2 days or something like that.
Probably a little more.
And this is why I said unforgiving. Middle childs are unforgiving. So, dude, it was
Yeah.
2 days you didn't talk to me, and I started to miss you, bro.
Wow.
And I felt like, dude, like my anger took like my closest friend, my brother
Mm.
away. So I was like, this has to change. And that's when I actually started changing
Yeah.
sort of how I dealt with you and my anger issues and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But how crazy it is that, and how important it is that we went through that
Yeah.
as brothers,
Yeah.
and that sort of made me improve.
Made us better.
Yeah.
Made us better.
So in our relationship started getting better,
Yeah.
and that's when you started like playing tennis or
Yeah.
or
Soccer. I know. I
soccer.
went really hard in soccer, and then you were playing tennis in high school, and I saw you play. I was like, oh, that looks like fun. And then
Yeah, I
started
was playing with
that.
Felipe, our cousin. Yeah.
And then I got into tennis, which now, I'm a tennis coach, which is why I'm a little tired right now. But anyways, yeah, siblings make you better, And obviously, we're not saying if you don't have siblings, you're a life mess. But what we are saying, though, is that there we go. Well, let's just put it frankly. There are benefits. There are advantages of kids that grew up with siblings. Period.
Yeah.
If you're a parent and you just have one kid and and that's your decision, I would advise you, get friends that have more kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or start, if you're parents and you have an only kid, an only child, start meeting other parents that have an only child or have
Go on
kids.
play dates.
And play dates.
Mad play dates. A lot.
Yeah.
Because society depends on it, guys. Society depends on it. Oh. Anyways.
It's important.
Yeah.
I didn't prepare this, but I did listen and I there's a video I saw on YouTube saying that pretty much our society, if they continue having, one kid and they're doing one kid families, population is going to decrease.
Big time.
Big time.
I think Elon Musk was talking about that as well. That if at this rate people decide not to have babies.
And people we are going to reach a cap of 8 billions, 9 billions of people, and then it's just going to start dropping.
Right.
Because why? Because we're getting richer.
Yeah.
Not saying the
Smarter.
whole world is, but there's more developing countries, third world countries that are improving.
Yeah.
And
some are just getting really bad.
Some are teaching, like there's like organizations that start teaching third world countries the importance of having just one kid or two kids, especially like in India where this is a problem.
Yeah, big time.
And they're teaching them, hey, you guys gotta stop having 10 kids because you guys are gonna ruin your country. And it's true. It's true in the sense because
but here's the thing though, in third world countries, having children is a luxury. You know why?
Oh, because
they help around the house. They help out in their farms. They help out. Dude, it's like their own staff. Like it's your own business. You need employees, bro. So let's have some babies. That's just how they see it.
Poorly paid.
For real.
Employees.
Oh man, I need some help, honey. Let's have a baby. Like that's just how they see it as. Because that's how bad it is. Here, we're in the best country in the world, USA, baby. Which
born in the USA.
Which I think maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't want to get all political here, but
first world problems.
James is a Democrat, anyways. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't be exposing me like that, bro.
Oh God. Wait, did you choose a side? Are you? No way. You chose one?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
I actually if I told you,
I'm gonna give
if I told you who I voted for, you'd be very surprised.
I already know.
No, you don't.
Dude, you voted for Trump.
Really? You're gonna expose me?
Bro, I honestly,
people are gonna hate me now,
Honestly, that year for Trump, I didn't vote for anybody. The decision was so hard, I really didn't know.
That's irresponsible.
I know it is, but I just didn't know who to vote for. I didn't like neither of them. Now I'm not gonna go into the facts
now.
of like,
no, but you're gonna have to let me defend myself why I voted for Trump.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
People, I have a lot of friends that, think I'm a Democrat, and well, here's the thing. But for me, Trump was a horrible president.
Okay.
In the sense of his conduct and, some things he got right, some things he didn't.
Yeah.
But for me, it was more of a, like, values.
Yeah, that's true.
So Trump had even though he's not the perfect Christian,
that's why very conservative Christians,
And I
like
went for
very to the point where it's like bad.
that. And look what happened.
extremist.
I think it was like a week ago. I think it was like 3 weeks ago. It's legal to have abortions in New Jersey now. I don't know if you know this.
It's legal.
And this is maybe something we can talk about.
It's legal?
Completely legal any month from any month. And
In
they passed
Jersey?
it. They passed it. Dude.
I thought it was.
They passed it in like the
No,
middle
no,
of the night.
I always knew it was legal, but
Any month now.
now any month
Any month.
in New Jersey.
Before it was like
Yikes.
3 or 4
That's
or 5
wild.
months, something like that. Now it's any month.
Right. So,
So 9 month
Right.
full term.
Right.
That's
Yikes.
crazy.
That is crazy. That's not good. Anyways,
That's maybe
but
something.
see, here's, we're not getting sidetracked here. We're actually staying on topic because having an abortion is so accessible, bro. That again, it affects families. It affects societies. I call abortion murder. That's simply what it is. And if you were to speak to a well-known, educated scientist, because everybody's about science these days, if you were to ask that, what's in the womb? A baby. It's a baby. You don't call it that. It's a clump. We're all a clump of cells, guys. But what's in there? A baby. And you know what made me realize something? What is a human only capable of birthing?
Wait, what?
What is a human capable of birthing?
Another human.
Do you see what I mean?
Right.
You're killing a human. You're killing a baby. And Latin fetus is a baby.
And that's the problem for me.
So
if you think about it, like if you start going into it and then, I have sort of my own opinion.
now
on
I'm
that,
not
but
saying. I'll say this, and with this, that's as honest as I'll get. Abortion is wrong, but also being raped is wrong. You know what I mean? It's always going to go back to that. Everyone's always going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh, what if she if she was raped? I don't know really what to say in that sense but all I do know is
there's famous
even if it was rape,
famous
abortion
people.
is still wrong.
Yeah, there's famous people, celebrities that were going to be aborted and they weren't.
Yeah.
I can name a few. I think Albert Einstein was one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
His mom was going to have an abortion. And
Bro, I don't know if you ever seen like documentaries of kids being found in the trash and then them growing up and then, them having a documentary. It's insane.
yeah.
It's
but
crazy.
for me, the abortion thing,
Yeah.
and this is how I cope with it. What if my mom decided to abort me? Because you have to take it personally
Well,
to apply it to
right.
If you're going to have a sort of opinion, please, adopt it first and process it through your experience of life. What if my parents decided to abort me? Was I not life at the beginning of the process?
See, whether you want it to be personal or not, life is life.
No, but
life is always going to be personal.
dude, it's
Humanity.
seriously, I mean, it's about 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
Getting raped or not getting raped or or having the decision to have sex and then unprotected sex and as a result you have kids and then you have parents that don't want to deal with their kids that are having kids.
Right.
It's just an for me. People who support abortion is to support the inconvenience of having a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's essentially
because
what it
they
is.
think it's an inconvenience and it's it's gonna ruin their life. Maybe
Yeah.
they're going to college or they're about to go to college and
Right.
it's very selfish.
Right.
Well, if you didn't want that, don't have
I wonder how
unprotected
many-
sex. Like what's
Right.
wrong with you? Like
Dude, I wonder how many reviews we're gonna get for this, but honestly, I don't care. I really don't care because this is a topic that needs to be talked about, yo.
yeah.
This is a topic that it needs to be normal to talk about it. It needs to be normal because
We went off the rails a bit, though.
we did, but it's still within the concept of family.
Yeah.
It's still within the concept of family, and I felt like this was going to be touched either way.
Yeah.
And it's just now, and I said this on a live we did one time on Coffee Broskies, which essentially that's what we were going to name that or this podcast, but I was like, no, let's keep it the Safe Podcast because it's, anyways. I said, one of my theories or ideas is this: the reason why people are okay with abortion is because they do not have the proper concept or the proper knowledge or awareness of what life really is. Like if you were to have a person that believes we're just dust and we are our ancestors are fish, and you grow up with that what's the opposite of sympathy? Apathetic.
Apathetic. Yeah.
You grow up with that apathetic chip of saying we're just that, so what's wrong with killing a baby? Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So education is huge. And I heard this somewhere. It's called, or he said it, education isn't neutral. You're always learning towards one end or the other of a spectrum.
Right.
You're always leaning onto one side. So if you're teaching kids in high school, bro, about biology and evolution and all of that stuff, and telling kids that that our ancestors are gorillas.
You think they get sort of cold?
That's exactly what it is. So if you're telling kids that, you have a creator, you were created. There's a divine intervention in how we were created, and there's a purpose. There's a life to be lived out with meaning, and not just thinking this is just all a matrix, or thinking that this is all just a dream and there's no consequences, and the whole concept of YOLO. I don't know how healthy that is. I mean, if anything, YOLO, you only live once, that should make you live even wiser and better. But it has such a stupid connotation of, since we only have one life, I guess we're just going to live however we want. Like that concept is so wrong. So it comes back to this, that, it comes down to families, comes down to knowing the worth of what family is. And honestly, like, I know there's listeners out there that had a terrible childhood, that had a terrible family growing up, and they they don't even want to know anything about family, talk to any other family members. I get that, and I'm real sorry you went through that, but I'm telling you right now, man, family is priceless.
Yeah, and even for those people that are listening and they don't believe in God, let me tell you this. Society right now has adopted a Christian value, which is marriage.
Yeah.
And society, if you think even, to those agnostics who don't believe, in Jesus or that certain God, society right now is about families.
Yeah.
As simple as that. So truly anything that's against the family should be a concern of scrutiny.
Yeah.
Anything that attacks family.
Yeah.
And that's part of what abortion is.
Right.
Should be scrutinized and observed and seen for something like, okay, if it's against the family, it's against what we're trying to build, because it's part of your purpose, regardless if you believe in God or not.
Right. You can't avoid it.
Get married.
Yeah.
Right. That's what life is now. Right. Even if you don't believe in God, find the one.
Yeah.
Get married, have kids, and hopefully.
Yeah.
Star Trek. Live long and prosper.
Now here's what's scary though. You have people that have stolen Christian worldview, this Christian worldview, and the values and the morals, if we could put it into those terms, but they don't really know why. You know what I mean? Like if you were to and for us, it's a pretty easy answer because we know that there's a higher intelligence and there's a higher power and there's the ultimate truth. So our worldview is a little bit easier to live by in that sense of saying it's not because we say so. No, it's because God, you know, the ultimate authority for us is that's Him. You know, so we can live our life. I'm saying the word easily, loosely, because we know it's hard, but it's easy to explain why. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you're under a agnostic or atheist worldview, meaning you just don't know or don't care or don't even believe in it, you're just living out life like a robot. You're not thinking. You're not really. Why are you getting married? Because that's
what society does.
Society tells me to do. Okay, but you know, or even love, bro. Why do you love her? Oh, bro, 'cause she got a big booty. Or you know, I don't know, stupid reasons of why we love someone, you know? So we're in a society where dude, this topic, man, is not talked about enough. Of siblings, of family, of relationships. You know, we did get a little bit sidetracked, but I think we're still on the right train. That
because it's an attack on family. Abortion
bro.
is an attack on family. And then here's the thing, like, because I have a lot of friends and people that aren't Christian, and they try to sort of explain what they're living through, right?
Yeah.
You know, they're in that stance of like, I'm agnostic, I'm not sure, and this is why I fight for the belief in Jesus.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go to that. Dude, Jesus was all about love, right?
Yeah.
And if the whole Bible, you know, he it's all about loving God and loving people, and that's a circle.
Right.
So if you love God, you have to love people. Yeah. And if you love people, you love God.
My boy John, Apostle John, talks about that. You know, how can you say you love me but hate your neighbor?
Right.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
So, you know, if you start, dude, is abortion love?
Wow. Yeah.
Is you know, is that even if you don't believe in God, like, or you're an agnostic, is it loving? It you know,
right.
to you know, the strongest power in the earth, you know, in our existence, love. You know, if consider it is, you know, is abortion love?
Yeah.
Or you know, even if you know, you don't care about love,
right?
If you're living a life that is not purposely lived,
right?
And you're living into that coldness of, I don't want to believe in a God, or I don't want to submit to anyone, or submit to a God, or submit to any beliefs,
or simply obey, right? Which is essentially that's what it is.
Seriously, what's your what's your compass?
Right. Which is what I was talking about exactly. You're just living life.
What's your compass? No, but I debate that it's love.
Right.
So, and this is why I follow Jesus, because...
But where does love come from? Do you see what I'm saying?
The concept, the morals, everything comes... And this is why we're Christians.
Yeah.
We believe it's from Jesus. And that's why I debate that our the God that you don't know who it is, and it's Jesus.
Right.
You know, the only person that or God, I should say, that decided to give it all up and die for you because he loved you.
Right.
Loved
and that's
us.
that's why Jesus, you know, in all the
no real other religion has that.
Yeah, at all. No one has.
No.
And bro, Jordan Peterson, bro, that's my guy. I love that dude. He talked about that, you know, all the standards and all of the narratives that are in the Bible were not just narratives. It was narratives, words placed into a person.
He got into trouble, him.
You know?
Because he's saying the Bible's true.
Right. Which
is objectively true.
Right. And so, man, you guys pray for Jordan Peterson, guys.
And that's something we'll talk about.
He's so close. But anyways,
later.
But here's the thing, though. Oh, I was going to a point. I forgot. Oh, yeah, Jesus, he's told his disciples in all the Gospels, yo, if you have seen me, you have seen the Father. So if you want to know what God we're talking about, yo, look at Jesus. Look at his lifestyle. Look at how he lived out, and look what love really means. And if you want to reference, that's why he came, to live out things that we couldn't. That's essentially what was Jesus' mission. Yeah. But anyways, I don't mean to put this into like brother.
Jesus is my friend.
But anyways, yeah. By the way, this podcast we're always gonna talk about Jesus because that's who changed our lives. Anyways,
that's right. Not a Christian podcast, though.
Yes, this is not a Christian podcast. This is a podcast. All right, with people that are Christian.
Oh, another thing,
and we're not ashamed of that.
Yeah.
If you want to call us a Christian podcast, go ahead. I don't care. And if you don't, that's fine too. I don't care.
There's probably people. Oh, he mentioned Jesus. I'm turning this off.
No, keep listening to us.
Yeah, we'll make it fun.
But I understand those people because most Christians are just weird. Most Christians are just very, 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 very judgmental with no heart to help, with no heart to.
No, it's not about the heart. Sometimes it's the brain. Like they don't have half a brain. Like,
yeah,
dude.
But anyways,
pray the gay away.
Right.
Really, those kinds of Christians, like,
right,
dude.
Yeah,
that's another topic we gotta go into. But,
whoo, Lord. Anyways,
we got a lot of content.
We got a lot of content for you guys coming your way. This was just our first episode, bro.
Wow.
This is just our first, and I can't wait.
It was fun. I like
this. Was a fun topic. But let's close with this.
Let's close in prayer.
Hold hands. Family's important. Families will rule the world. Families will affect society. Families are everything to society, bro. I just and I feel for those people. We were very, 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 very fortunate and blessed to have parents that loved us and didn't treat us like a clump of cells and saw value in us and spoke life over us and were there for us and got whooped. Yeah, I don't care. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom, for whooping me. I love you so much, Mom.
Thank you,
well, my mom.
This is how I talk to my dad sometimes.
I got more of that.
Thank you, Daddy.
I love you, Dad. Thank you for the correazos.
Oh, bro, those things?
And whips. Dude, these hurt.
Yeah.
If you're, all the Hispanics are like
the
vibing
patilla,
with us right
the
now.
Patilla.
Oh, yes,
bro.
The ear pull.
Yeah, when I lived in Puerto Rico, by the way, he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I was born in Puerto Rico.
He was born in Puerto Rico.
Why are you like?
Because you exposed me. I exposed you.
Hey, shout out to all mi gente. Shout out to all the Puerto Ricans out there. I was born. But here's the sad thing. I've never been back to Puerto Rico. Anyways, because my parents are Chilean.
We have to. We have to go back.
All right. Anyways, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say is that. I don't know what was I gonna say.
You said you wanted to expose me because I was born in Puerto Rico.
Oh no! I was gonna say something. I forgot. Oh, in Puerto Rico, they made the kids kneel on rice.
Oh, kneel on rice.
Yeah, kneel on rice.
Why not just put rocks?
Shards of glass. If you're gonna do that, take it to the next level.
Rice is not that mean. Whatever. Anyways, dude.
Families. It's all about families, and thank you, God, for our family. Yeah. And if you don't have a family and you, dude, join a church.
Yeah. Dude, for real. Yo, honestly, even if you don't believe in God, homie, go to church. I know you're going to find yourself some funny, caring individuals. I have found that where I'm at. And I know you will find that in communities that care about people.
Yeah. Just go to
Stop
the
going,
right church.
Stop going
Don't
to
go-
bars to find friends, yo.
That's true.
Stop trying. I mean, I get it. I get the scene.
Or find a wife.
For the right reasons.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, and look for friends, establish friendships, have relationships,
Yeah.
and learn how to communicate. That's something I love about families. It's so confrontational. People will get so offended, and it's messy. Family's messy, bro.
Yeah.
That's why people don't like families.
That's
they don't
why
like the
you see a
concept
lot
families.
of people jumping churches and jumping and leaving, and
It's messy.
they don't know how to handle conflict, and they just decide to leave.
I heard it say it this way. It's like, oh, you don't go to the gym because you see sweaty people.
You see what?
Sweaty people.
Sweaty people.
It's a gym, y'all. It's nasty. If you're not sweating, you ain't working out. You know? And if there's no heated arguments, if there's no fights in your family's not working out. You know?
Yeah. If there's no differences.
Yeah.
If
Yo,
you're not in a family, you're in a sect.
Real quick, again, you know Ben Shapiro, right?
Of course, my homie,
does?
my Jewish homie.
Shout out to Ben Shapiro. By the way, if you know him, spread this episode to him. Tell him to save podcast fire. Anyway,
Ben Shapiro. He sounds Hispanic, bro.
I know, right?
Shapiro. I mean, he's from Guatemala, man.
Yo, I just hit
we
my
got
face
some
with the mic.
Guatemalan friend.
I don't know.
Chapin.
Anyway, let me get to my point.
Oh, my
Because
bad.
it's on families
Okay.
and like relationships. So Jordan Peterson did this. No, my bad. Ben Shapiro did this episode on the Daily Wire with Jordan Peterson. They were talking about marriages and relationships, and Jordan Peterson talked about this analogy or this lesson about just like having an aim and having a force that has no resistance. So he's saying, he goes like this. He goes, just imagine this is the object and the destination's in front of you, right? So right here. But you're constantly moving. If it's always loose, it's always going to be hard to aim where you have to go, right? So for example, a healthy marriage is the aim. You need another person to make that happen.
Right.
So if the aim is in front of us, if this is just loose and you're just selfish and egocentric and you're just all over the place, you're never gonna get to a healthy place. So he goes, and then Ben Shapiro goes into like the in Hebrew, talks about how Eve, a unconventional helper, meaning she had to cause trouble in order to help Adam. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you think about it, that's exactly what relationships are. If your relationship's always perfect and there's no resistance to that force, it's always going to be, harder to aim. But if you have resistance to that force, now since there's resistance, you get to aim.
Huh.
You see what I'm
Very
saying?
interesting.
So he goes into that narrative or that analogy, and bro, I'm like, yes. So if there is trouble in your marriage, if there is trouble in your friendships, relationships, at work, or wherever you are,
Any relationship.
in any relationship, there's always it gets messy.
Yeah.
But that's what makes that a relationship.
Right.
That's what makes that a family. That's what makes us siblings, bro. Yes, we have a lot of things in common, but most of it is resistance. We disagree on a lot of ththings. I hate you. No, I'm just kidding.
I hate you most days.
But I also love you very much to the extent that there's, a healthy, I don't want to say balance, but there's a healthy resistance. You know what I mean?
I get it.
But yeah, hopefully that made sense.
Yeah, because that resistance truly is what's actually gonna push you to where you're supposed to get. That way, if you're always loose,
Right.
you're not gonna.
And a little bit of context there. Preachers say that, she was the Idonia or the ideal helper. No, she wasn't. She was created to help out Adam with the things that he had to do, but she was of no help in not eating the apple. or fruit. On the contrary.
Bro, all our sisters are gonna start yelling at us now.
On the contrary. She didn't help.
Bro, you're gonna get in trouble for
She
that,
got us. No, I'm joking. She did, but I mean, but
Yelsey, I love you. Forget this fool.
But see, here's the thing, though. Now I'm attacking men, though. Eve didn't have an identity in the garden. She was just a woman. After she got kicked out, she got an identity, and it was a negative identity. So she got named after sin. So it was Adam's job to make her feel important, to make her feel as a woman, as the ideal helper, so that as men, we influence how our wife is at certain extent. You know, it's like I hear a guy saying like, "Yo, I hate my wife, bro. Like she mad Aggie and she's always on top of me." Well, 'cause you're a loose cannon. You're a womanizer. Your history's being a playboy and a cheater. So honestly, you're the one wildin'. Anyways, bro, we're getting deep. Anyways, I had to even it out. Anyways, relationships, there has to be resistance. There has to be trouble.
Okay.
Or else that doesn't make a relationship.
Sweet.
Whew.
You got that off your chest.
I did get that off my chest. I'm sorry. Did I sound too offensive?
A little bit.
This is the safe podcast. I don't care. This is a safe place where we have unsafe conversations.
We're gonna get in trouble.
We're gonna get in trouble. But anyways, if you like this podcast, like and subscribe on our YouTube page. We'll have the links here. Here or somewhere. I don't know. We're still new to this.
Right
So I thought you were pointing the middle finger at me.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's first episode.
Like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Our link will be in our Instagram bios. Share it. Review it. Put some stars on our Apple Podcast.
And yeah, put your comments in there.
Yo, for real.
Especially you girls, when he said something about Eve.
That's not fair, bro.
Bro, next
episode, I'm not talking a lot. I feel like you talked a lot. I think it was evened out.
It was fun though. Really,
it was fun.
Really love this. I appreciate your input.
I appreciate your input.
I definitely want to hear from you guys.
Yes. Leave it in the comments.
Let us know
if you have topics that you want us to talk about. Hey, maybe we'll do it.
Yes, sir.
Share with a friend. And yeah. So you just finished hearing two brothers with how many age difference?
8.
8 years difference.
8 years apart.
Can't believe that. 8 years apart. I have no babies. He has babies. We're very different, but
you have a dog, so
I have a dog.
Some sort of
but it does. But dogs aren't kids. Okay, that's a whole nother topic. Anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for tolerating us and listening to us. Yeah, I love you guys.
Peace and love.
This is the Safe Podcast.